Good afternoon. This is Midday News on MITV. I am Tomisin Ojo. Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project SERAP has said the matter to appropriate anti-corruption agencies for procurement by President Muhammadu Buhari and Timothy Silva, who is the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, in order for them to use their leadership positions to urgently probe how 160 million naira was spent by the Ministry of Petroleum to buy buyers, letterhead and toners in 2015, and also to disclose the amount spent on the same items between 2016 and 2020, and if there is any evidence of misuse of public funds, make sure there is resolution. The Office of the Auditor General for the Federation and last Thursday for the Senate Public Accounts Committee revealed that officials of the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources spent 160 million naira to buy barrels, letterhead and toners in 1 year, and that allegedly they contravened the Public Procurement Act of 2017, which was announced by the Permanent Secretary. In the letter dated the 12th of December 2020 and signed by SERAP Deputy Director Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said the Nigerian Constitution of the 1999 as amended and the United Nations Convention Against Corruption and African Union Convention on Combating and Preventing Corruption requires that government ensures that the resources of the country are used effectively and efficiently and in a manner consistent with public interest. The letter copied to the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, read in part that any allegations of misuse of public funds may constitute serious misconduct that impairs the efficiency of the Ministry of Justice and undermines public confidence in the ability of other ministries, the departments, and the agencies. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has said that the party cannot be talking of zoning at a critical time in the nation's history. National chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, made this disclosure during an interaction with journalists in Abuja. The party also disclosed the chances are there for whoever is interested in the 2023 election, including the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Secondus further berated the All Progressive Congress APC government, adding that the position of PDP as an opposition party is that nobody is in charge of governance and government was broke.
We can't be talking of zoning when we have not appraised how we fared in the last election. Moreover, the state of the nation today is such that politics or anything concerning 2023 of 3 years away should take backstage. Nigeria is in a comatose stage today where APC brought it. That should be our major concern, because our people are dying. Either they are being killed or they are dying of hunger because of the economic hardship.
The Nigerian Air Force has killed several Boko Haram terrorists at Njimia on the fringes of Sambisa Forest in Borno State. In a statement by the coordinator of Defense Media Operations, Major General John Eneche, the terrorists were eliminated during a series of airstrikes carried out by the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole on the 10th of December. The latest of these was achieved through airstrikes executed on the 10th of December on the fringes of Sambisa Forest. The defense spokesperson explained that the Air Task Force dispatched an appropriate package of Nigerian Air Force fighter jets and helicopter gunships to engage the location. After the attack, the aircraft delivered accurate hits to the target area, resulting in the neutralization of several Boko Haram terrorists. And still in security matters, the federal government needs to, as a matter of urgency, put a stop to politicizing security issues in the country, especially when human rights are being violated. This call came to the fore in Lagos as the chapter of the Committee for Defense of Human Rights, CDHR, and other rights activists gathered together to commemorate the 2020 World Rights Day with the theme recover better stand up for human rights, security challenges, and role of civil societies. The outgoing chairman of the CDHR, Alex Omotenshi, observed that human rights violation was on the rise in Nigeria and therefore called on all government agencies to call on everyone reasonable to do the needful to address the worrisome situation. Other stakeholders also urged their opinion on what government needs to do in terms of security issues in the country, as it is now believed that nobody is safe, even on the streets.
I am Alex Omotenshi. The team is on call that the civil society should do more better than what we have been doing before. And as you can see, there's a lot of challenges in terms of human rights challenges, abuse of fundamental rights by our law enforcement agencies. So the theme of this year to some of us is a clarion call and a challenge and a reminder that we should do better than what we have been doing before.
Okay, sir. Now, coming to the government
process. His spirit will guide you people. All right. So don't joke with what you're doing. And what did we do? We filed the case and we left. We gave him money, isn't it? So please find your way. November. August to November is what? For those of you who are 3 months. We got ruling. Judgment was given. 5 million naira damages to him. And the immediate release. I have not done.
Please, your name.
Any day when the sun rises is to have that fear. Are we safe? Before midday, will you not receive a word from a relation that somebody in your family has been either arrested by former or informal police? Informal police is private security guards, maybe vigilante. Another one is who among your relation will have been kidnapped, and what is the ransom that will be asked? Is it 1 million? Is it 10 million?
The federal government has been charged to purposefully tackle the challenges affecting pensioners amid the COVID-19 pandemic, which is ravaging the country. The national president, Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Ibela Folayan, made the charge during the 19th edition of Pensioners Day celebration in Abuja. He expressed dissatisfaction over the sensitivity and inhumane treatment being meted out to pensioners as regards their pension entitlement. Afolabi further stated the members of the union are more vulnerable to the virus due to their age factor. He therefore urged the federal government, state government and state pension-related organs to ensure the welfare and well-being of senior citizens across the country.
Furthermore, I wish to bring this august gathering that as a result of pressure being exerted on the federal government by the union, a tripartite committee was set up to meet and make recommendations on pension increases. The committee was set up by the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission, based on workers' wage increases, and with NUP and PITAD as members of that committee.
We'll take a quick break now. When we return, we'll bring you stories from the foreign scene. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 12 on MITV now from the foreign scene. First to Brexit stories, the United Kingdom and the European Union have agreed to carry on with post-Brexit trade talks after a call between the leaders earlier on Sunday. In a joint statement, Boris Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said it was responsible at this point to go the extra mile. The pair discussed major unresolved topics during their call. The two sides had said on Sunday there was the deadline for a decision on whether to continue with talks, with the UK set to leave the EU rules at the end of the month. The two leaders agreed to tell negotiators to carry on with talks in Brussels to see whether an agreement can even be reached at this late stage. They did not say how long these talks will continue, but the ultimate deadline is the 31st of December, and time must be allowed for the UK and the European Parliament to vote on any deal that emerges before then. And still in England, where the National Health Service has earned the relaxing COVID-19 restrictions could trigger a third wave of COVID-19 virus during the busiest time of the year for hospitals. In a letter to the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, NHS providers which represent hospital trust in England urge extreme caution in moving any area to a lower tier. England's three-tier system is due to be reviewed on the 16th of December. The government said it will not hesitate to take necessary actions to protect local communities. Decisions on tiers are made by ministers based on the latest available data and advice from public health experts, a spokesperson added. On Saturday, the UK reported a further 519 deaths within 28 days of a positive COVID-19 test and 21,502 new cases. In its letter to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, NHS providers called for areas to be moved into Tier 3, the highest level of restrictions, as soon as this is needed without delay. Charlie Pride, the first African-American to enter the Country Music Hall of Fame, has died aged 86, his website announced. Pride, who rose to fame in 1960s, passed away on Saturday from complications from COVID. While Pride was not the first black singer in country music, he became one of its biggest stars during a period of a division in the United States. He won 3 Grammy Awards, followed by a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. Country star Dolly Parton, who described Pride as one of her dearest and oldest friends, said she was heartbroken at the news of his death. The son of a sharecropper on the cotton farm in Mississippi, Pride was born in 1934 and served in the Army, played baseball and worked in a smelting plant before. We'll take another break. When we return this time, we'll bring you sports stories. Welcome back. Inter Milan hit back after their Champions League elimination to reclaim second spot in Serie A on Sunday with a 3-1 comeback win over Cagliari. Antonio Conte's side had trailed the goal down with a quarter of an hour to go in Sardinia after Riccardo Sottil put the host side before the break and a series of fine saves from home goalkeeper Alessio Cragno. But former Cagliari player Nicolo Barella volleyed in the equalizer after 77 minutes with Danilo D'Ambrosio coming off the bench to immediately nod in a second within 6 minutes to go. Romelu Lukaku then added a third deep into injury time as Inter returned to second spot, 2 points behind leaders AC Milan, who host Parma later on Sunday. Inter's hopes in Europe are over after finishing bottom of the Champions League group midweek. Finally, on the news and in boxing, unified world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua mixed power and patience as he knocked out Kubrat Pulev to raise hopes that the historic fight against Tyson Fury could soon be a reality. The Briton smashed home a hard right hand in round 3, the forced his mandatory challenger to face a count and then sent him to the canvas and with an uppercut later. Joshua, perhaps fatigued by the chaos, stepped off the gas and allowed Pulev to at least offer some mild threats. But a barrage of uppercuts and a knife dropped the Bulgarian, and a straight right hand wiped him out. The 1,000 fans greeted access to Wembley Arena roared at the prospect of the IBF WBA and WBO champion facing WBC title holder Fury next. Joshua was smart from start to finish on a night when the widespread anticipation of a fight with Fury, in which all 4 world heavyweight titles could be contested for the first time, dominated the narrative. That's it on the news at 12 on MITV. Join us at 3 o'clock for a news. And you also join us at 6 o'clock for a combination of national news and COVID-19 stories. I am Tomisin Ojo. Good afternoon.